Welcome to The World Meets at Wood Buffalo. I'm Mary Thomas, and today we're going to talk about head coverings in different cultures. So we have with us two very interesting people, Amarinder, TOOR, originally from India. Hi, Amarinder.
Hi, Mary.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
And we have NUHA, DHOOMA, and she is born and raised in Canada, and really excited to talk about the hijab today. Welcome, NUHA.
Thank you.
So, just speaking about head coverings in different countries, as we all know, or maybe don't know, head coverings is something that has been prevalent in various cultures around the world, including Western cultures in Europe. Today our focus is on two very distinct kind of headgear, which we see in Canada. So we want to talk about the turban, which is a sign of Sikhism. So Amarinder, would you like to explain to us maybe some background and history of the turban?
Yeah, sure, Mary. As Mary described, my name is Amarinder TOOR. I came from India about 20 years ago. And the history, it all started a few hundred years ago. It evolved from cultural to religion aspect. And the turban was worn in India. And however, only the higher class people were allowed to wear a turban. And in Sikhism, the Guru asked anyone who likes to wear a turban is allowed to wear a turban. And therefore, Sikhs also believe in the Gurus everywhere. Guru's presence is everywhere, and therefore people wear turban in day-to-day life.
NUHA, what do you have to say about the history of the hijab? Do you know how it evolved, and what are the reasons why this got so prevalent in Islam?
Yeah, for sure. So the hijab was first talked about when the Prophet came, and he mentioned it in the Quran, which is the religious book, holy book of Islam. And it basically told us for women to cover their bosoms and their contain modesty. And the hijab is a sign of submission to God and a way that we express that we are Muslims, and is also to represent modesty for a woman.
And when do you think it became very common?
Very common? It sort of evolved through history, so some women wore it, some women didn't. It is expected at a certain age to wear it, but as it goes through history, people adopted to it.
Yeah, but you would say that it's not something that people are supposed to force on the girls in their community?
Oh, no, not at all. It should be a spiritual moment when you accept it, and it should be a big moment between you and God, and I don't think anyone should intervene with that.
That is awesome, because my opinion was that, it's forced on the girls in the community, and so it's really exciting to hear the actual first-hand experience where you say that, it's not something that has to be forced on people. So this is awesome. Now, going back to the turban, I just wanted to know about how did you take on the turban, and what was your reason behind,
Yeah, so my dad always wore a turban. And there's actually the little boys, the Sikh boys wear a patka. It's a small cloth. They cover their head to keep the hair neat. And about 14 and around 14, 15, I started wearing my turban. So it wasn't any force, there wasn't expectations from my parents. And around 17, I decided not to wear turban anymore, right? So I didn't wear the turban for 15, 16 years. And then when I had my own kids, and to connect them to my heritage, teach them about the Sikhism, the values of Sikhism, I started to wear the turban again. So since then I've been wearing again, and it brings a lot of value to me. It connects me to my roots, and it also allows the general public to ask the question, why do you wear a turban? And it gives me the opportunity to explain it to them.
Taking it away from just the dress, is there a deep-rooted belief that you have that when you wear the turban, you have a faith that you adhere to? Is it more than just the turban? Do you have other things that you do as part of Sikhism?
Yes, so in Sikhism, there are actually 5 Ks. So Kanga, which is a comb, you always keep a comb in your hair to keep your hair neat. You got a karpan. The devoted Sikhs wear a karpan. It's a small 4-inch dagger. And you also have the kashara, which is your undergarments. And you have a khada, which is a bracelet. It's made out of a steel. and those are the 5 Ks. However, I'm not baptized Sikh, so the only only signs of religion I wear are my kara and my turban.
And also, do the people who wear the turban have to keep their hair long and not cut it? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
The people that are baptized Sikhs, they keep their hair long, uncut here.
And yeah, in your case, Nuha, like what age were you when you actually started putting on the hijab? And like, did somebody in your family inspire you to do it? What was your faith moment?
So when I was a little girl, I did try on the hijab, even though it wasn't expected of me at such a young age. And because I was exposed to it at an early age because the women in my family were, and I thought they were amazing and beautiful because they were submitting to the religion that I loved myself. And I thought they looked beautiful too. So I wore the hijab in the summer when I was in grade 7 and the first day of Ramadan. And at first I felt quite uncomfortable and I felt as though everyone was watching me. But as I got to go, I found it really comfortable and quite really shows that people respect me for who I am. And I grew to love it a lot.
So do you see that it has deepened your faith in Islam and it has made you like feel that you're more grounded?
Yes, I do feel so because wearing the hijab makes me a direct sort of representation of Islam. People automatically know that I am a Muslim. So I do hold myself in a manner that I would like to represent myself, and I find that I am more religious. Yeah, it's a grounding tool, I think so.
So thank you so much, Nuha, for explaining your personal journey to wearing the hijab and your personal experience. And Amarinder, it was really a pleasure to have you both on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you again for being part of the show and, you know, like understanding the dimensions of headdresses in different cultures and religions. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again in part 2 of Meet the World in Wood Buffalo. Welcome back to Meet the World in Wood Buffalo. We have 2 new guests with us, Amarpreet and MASA. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's exciting to be here and to talk about the turban and the hijab. And so I just wanted to go to you, Amarpreet, and talk about the background in your family. Like, you know, how many generations do you go back into Sikhism, and why do you feel that the tradition is something that you have to continue and carry?
So I would say, like, I've seen my grandfather and he used to wear turban. My dad, I know, like, for sure, like my great-great-grandfather, they used to wear turban as well. So I want to keep wearing turban, so like my children, I can pass it on to my children, so we can have the faith of Sikhism continue to next coming generations.
What are the things that you think, you know, like the tenets of Sikhism that you can maybe just briefly explain for us?
So we have articles of faith in which we truly a baptized Sikh, they always wear that. So we have a case, like long hair. So in Sikhism we feel like it's a gift of God, so we don't cut them. So and then we have kanga to clean our hair. So we need we can keep it nice and tidy.
By kanga you mean comb?
Yeah, a comb. And then we have kara, like this one here, bracelet. So it basically our gurus are like, okay, you're not supposed to do wrong deeds and all that. So it stops us. So every time we want to do anything wrong, it's going to remind us, hey, you're not supposed to, you're sick, you're not supposed to do wrong deeds. And then we have kirpan. Kirpan is a word. So basically to help others, to protect equality and other people. So, and then we have kachera. So kachera is a different kind, it's a special kind of shorts which we wear, and it's like to keep a good faith and.
So Masa, you are originally from?
I'm partially Moroccan and partially Syrian.
Wow, beautiful mix. I just wanted to know, in these 2 cultures, is the hijab very prominent, and how did you decide to take it?
I'd say that my family, like my family going back, my mother and my grandmother. I have one grandmother that does wear the scarf and one that is not. So it was more like I felt like I learned myself to put it on rather than, I don't know, I've had two different examples, and from each of them I've learned to wear it and the reason behind it. And
So why do you think that as a young girl, you want to be wearing the scarf? And what is the thing that grounds you to doing that? I mean, you recently picked it up, right?
just last week. I like wearing it because I represent my religion. I love representing my religion. When I wasn't wearing the scarf, usually if I see someone who is wearing the scarf, I would say Salaam alaikum to them, which is like, oh, hi. It's kind of like a way of saying, I'm a Muslim and so are you, it's nice to see you kind of thing. So now when I'm wearing one, other people will come to me and say it's me because they notice that I'm a Muslim, and I love that.
And you say praise to the God, praise to Allah. Okay, what are the other tenets of Islam? Would you be able to explain how you think that all of these grounds you and makes you a true Muslim?
The 5 pillars of Islam are, the first one is, in Arabic, it's Shahada. So there's only one God, and Muhammad is his messenger. Muhammad is our prophet. And the second one is prayer. We pray 5 times a day. And the third one is fasting. So we have a month known as Ramadan. It's where, starting from sunrise until sunset, we don't eat or drink anything. And then, I think I just went through 3. The fourth one, the fourth one is Hajj. Hajj is where we go to our Kaaba. Yeah. Yes, we submit to God there. So it's basically like going to a mosque, like a really big mosque. And it's one of our holy destinations, like it's a holy place to go.
And once you go there, you're called Haji.
Yes, Haji, yeah. And the last one is zakah, donating to those who can't afford.
So charity.
Charity.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Amanpreet, do you have like a pilgrimage that you have to do to any particular place?
Yes, we go to Gurdwara. We don't have a Gurdwara over here in Fort McMurray, but every month we get people from our community, we get together and we pray. But our gurus told us to have like a nitnem. So basically pray in the morning and in the evening time and go before going to the bed.
What is the kind of things that as a growing girl, like, in Islam, you get to learn in your family? And what are the things that you think you have to find out on your own?
Some of the things I have to find out on my own. Something that grows on your own. I'd say being humble. Like finding the true point of being humble. Finding that yourself is definitely a challenge that you have to learn to do yourself. No one can come up to you and say the words, be humble, and walk away, and it's not that simple. You really need to find that point on your own.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to be talking to the two of you today, and I just want to say thank you for being part of this wonderful show. Thank you so much, MASA and Amanpreet. It was great having you on Meet the World in Wood Buffalo.